Hey, we're back on the 6-horse Briggs project. This thing blew the head gasket right here by the spark plug, so we're gonna have to resurface this cylinder head. But first we have to take this thing apart. So we're gonna pop the retainers off and springs off, undo these 2 bolts here, take the plate off. Then we're gonna pull the alignment dowels here and surface this thing up. And don't worry, I still got my little helper here to help. So these little Briggs and Strattons are kind of like the old school locks where it actually just uses the retainer and it slips onto the valve. Compared to like, this is like a small block Chevy setup with some keepers. This has 2 valve locks, a retainer, and a valve. I'll show you what these Briggs are like. They're just they're old school, so you'll see when I get it apart what it actually looks like. Hey, so before I take this thing apart, I'll let you guys look at a couple things. So this thing has a spring cup, but that actually holds the valve seal for the intake valve, and then it doesn't run anything on the exhaust. They don't really care, you know, it's not going through emissions or anything. And then these things have no spring pressure, you know, they're not made to run high RPM or anything like that, so they're pretty soft. So just pop these springs off. So you just push the retainer down, move it off to the side, and it just slips off just like that. And like I was telling you earlier, this thing just has a little slot that locates on the stem of the valve, and that retainer is like a, you know, has the lock built on it. Same with the exhaust. You just push it down, push it off to the side, and there you go. And then here's that seal I was telling you about. It has a little spring cup on it, and it has a little rubber seal on there just to, you know, keep the oil from going down the stem of the valve. And then you can just pop the valves out. Intake is the bigger one, exhaust is the smaller one. We'll just put these off to the side. Now we can flip it over and get this plate off. I'm going to have my helper take this plate off. I'll hold it for you. All right, loosen the other one now.
It looks like oil is coming out.
Yeah, there's oil on it. The wrong way. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. And then this thing just has a gasket underneath that plate. I'm a cheap ass, and I'm going to reuse this. Came off pretty clean. So now that we got that plate off, now we can get these alignment dowels out. You can just knock them through the top side, or from the top side and knock them out the bottom. So I got 2 pieces of wood on this rag, and then I'm gonna have that little guy hit the hammer while my hand's here, and hopefully he won't hit my fingers. Hey, before we hammer on this thing, you've done this before, right?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I don't think he's done this before, so. Here we go, hit it. Now hold it up higher right here. Keep hitting it. All right, put it. Ooh, careful, buddy. Oh, I guess they both came out, huh?
Yep.
Good job. So we got this thing on the grinding bench. I'm going to use my die grinder with a little wire brush and clean up the cylinder a little bit. Here, buddy, you want to try it?
Yep.
And then there's a trigger right here. Press it. Want to try to do it? Want to do just in here.
Okay.
It's all you. My hands are here. You having fun? Hey.
Oh, that's
All
shiny.
right, I'll do it.
No, it's too. Oh, I made it shiny.
Yeah, watch out, buddy. Now my turn. All right, now that the chamber's clean, we're gonna do a little bit of port work. I'm just gonna hit the short turn radius on the intake and the exhaust. It's kind of hard to see. I'm just working that short turn radius and putting a good radius on it. Before it was pretty much out, and then that way. Now it's just nice and round like it should be. And then this intake's pretty horrible, so I'm just going to touch that up a little bit. I don't know. I know it's just like for an edger or pressure washer or something. They pretty much just core drill this thing straight down with a big, probably end mill or something. So it's pretty unperformance-like. This roof of the port is just way high up, and there's no way really to fix it without like epoxy in it or welding it all up and starting from scratch. So I'm just gonna hit this short turn radius a little bit and call it good. So this is all I'm going to do for port work. I just pretty much hit that short turn radius and kind of blended the sharp edges. You know, if I was hot rodding this head, I'd wipe all this out on the left side right there. Same on the right here. I would open all this up and straight shot it right into that seat. But I'm going to leave it just how it is. It doesn't need any more horsepower than it already has. It's already more than plenty for what this is for. Same right here, the exhaust. I hit the short turn radius, help with the flow. So now I'm just gonna bump the seats with a 45 on the intake and exhaust and grind up the valves. There's a couple more shots in there. This guy's actually a little bit low right by this spark plug. Like I was telling you, this head gets really hot right here. There's a lot of heat generated in this general area, and it's not as strong as back here. There we go, got it all cleaned up now right there. All right, now for the exhaust. Let's give this a little bump. It's not touching right here just quite yet. It's touching all the way here, and then right where my finger is, it's not touching really. Just a really tiny ring. There we go. Now it's touching all the way around. All right, now I got the valves in my Sioux valve grinder. All right, here's what the valves look like when they're all done up. Nice and new, pretty much. All right, I'm gonna back cut this valve just a hair. So here's the exhaust valve. I went ahead and lapped it. I put it just right in the middle of the valve itself. It's gonna last a while like that. And then the intake's fairly in the middle too. And then I back cut. It had a really sharp edge on the back side of this valve. And then I just laid it in with like, I think it was about a 25, and then I tapped it with a 30 and kind of just smoothed it out. But same with this, placement's kind of in the middle. So like I said, if this was like a high-end race, you know, little go-kart motor or something with a big cam and high compression or something, I'd move that 45 to the very edge of that valve and utilize that valve size. Right now, it's like right in the middle of the valve face, and then I just hit the undercut that valve a little bit on the backside with I think it was about a 25, and then I tapped it with a 30 and just smoothed out that face of the valve to help it flow a little bit better. And then the exhaust is just fine where it's at, right in the middle of the valve face. It's going to work fine. Like I said 50 times before, it's not a performance. I'm just, you know, improving a little bit here and there. So I'm going to get this thing in the surfacer and make it flat again. Got the head in my surfacer. It's all nice and level. This is a RP900 MVA. So I'm going to give this thing a little witness cut. Remember, this thing was low right here by this spark plug. So I'm just going to take a little cut, see how low it is. Here we go. We're coming on the first cut. Look at that. Check this thing out after a thousandths. It's barely even touching, just here and here, not in the middle, and then over here and here. I told you this thing was warped. I'm glad I took it to a machine shop. And I got another little helper. I got Bella and David. So I'm gonna take another thou off this thing and see if it cleans, but it probably won't. So here we go. I'm gonna turn it back this way to reverse it. Crank this thing down a thousandths. I didn't cut anything going the other way. I just wanted to do another thou cut to see how warped it was. See what I was talking about? That discoloration and that gasket was it was leaking right there, so that's still low. Everything else almost cleaned up all the way. So now I reverse it back the other way and another thousandths. So that's 3 total once this thing's done cutting. I'm gonna reverse it. Oops. And then I'm just gonna do a half. So that's gonna be 3.5 total. That still didn't clean up. You can see right where it didn't clean, it's the thinnest part of the cylinder head, very weak. I'm going back. I'm not gonna do anything on this cut. I'll be back when it does a back cut. All right. Going back, I'm gonna go another 0.5 thousandths. So this is gonna be 4 total off the head. Look at that, still didn't clean completely. Another half would probably do it. All right, I just cranked it down another 0.5 thousandths, so we're gonna be at 4.5. Look at that, it finally cleaned. I thought I'd show you this before I take this thing out of the machine. So I used the exhaust bolt holes, and these are actually like a 4.7 exhaust bolt, and they have a 6mm stud on the end of it for the shield. And then there's 2 jack stands in the back just to kind of help it, you know, side to side and then up also. So I'm gonna pull this thing out, wash it up, and get this thing back together. Just got the head out of the wash. It's all nice and clean. First thing we're gonna do is put this gasket on here and get this spring plate on there that holds the valve springs and the rocker arms studs and the base plate for the cover. I'm gonna have my little helpers do this. So Bella's gonna come in here, put this gasket on, and torque everything down for us. So we're reusing this gasket. You guys can harp and this and that, but this is just like extreme budget, and this gasket looks very, very good. So this goes on this way. So put the gasket right here. Yep. Now that goes on top of it. Nope. Flip it. No, flip it. I had it all set up. Right? See that? And then these 2 bolts go right there. Now David's going to put the valves in this thing. So the intake valve is the bigger valve, which is this one, and the exhaust is that one. So I'm going to put, he can hold the valve in his hand, and I'm going to put oil on it. Hold it right here, buddy. Now put it in the hole. Give it a spin. Oh, careful. No, grab that one.
It smells like maple syrup, kind of.
Yeah, don't eat it. And then remember, this intake valve takes a seal. I'm going to put this on.
No, I smell oil. Oh, yeah. It smells like oil.
The intake one takes the seal.
Is that oil?
And then I'm going to have him try to put this on. I'm going to put my hand underneath. Wait a sec. Let's do the exhaust first. All right, you want to push this down, buddy?
Okay.
No, with your fingers, like I'm doing. Nope, other hand. Oh wait, I can push it down. You can slip it on. So this.
Ew. Stinks.
This goes like this and like this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do this. It's kind of tricky.
Okay.
Cool. So this is my vacuum gauge. It pulls vacuum and lets me know if the valves are sealing properly. So I'm going to flip this thing over and I'm going to have David vacuum test this head. You have to block the spark plug. Look at that. Pull it again. Cool. Bella, you want to try it?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I want to try one more time. And my turn.
See the gauge? Pull it. Pull it. Look at that.
Ooh,
nice. All right, I got a little oil in the cylinder here, and you can't forget this rag I put in here because that wouldn't be good for the push rods or anything. So I cleaned the top of the piston off just with a little bit of brake cleaner and kind of just clean this surface off. We're not going to surface this thing. It's an extreme budget. I had this head gasket. So in my other video, I said I had this since 2014. I had a go-kart, and I never used this head gasket. So I got a fresh gasket in stock, which is kind of rare in my shop because I only deal with, you know, automotive engines for the most part. So I'm going to set this gasket on here. Not the wrong direction. Wait. Oh, make sure everything lines up. To mention, I had these alignment dowels. I ended up just pounding in the head. Usually I put them in the blocks, but these Briggs and Strattons, they have a press fit in the cylinder head. They'll just fall in the block, so you have to put them in the head. It's kind of backwards compared to everything else. So set it on there, and then I have two little kids that have some head bolts, I think.
I need a wrench. There is a wrench. There's a little wrench somewhere. Would that work then?
Fine, it's going to be sped up. You can't even hear us talking. It's going to be sped up.
Sped up?
Yep. We're not using that. We're using a torque
Can you
wrench.
do the speed thing? No, it does it on camera.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
So we got our torque wrench right here. We got it set for 18 foot-pounds. I'm going to have Bella do a couple and David do a couple. Here you go, Bella. You have to grab it at the end. You have to grab it at the end. Not so far. Oh, go back. Here. Let go. You want to be like this when you're torquing.
Got it.
So you can hold that.
It's stuck.
Go do till it makes that. All right. Now, David, watch out. David, you do this one. Right here. You want to hold it up here, and then hold the block over here. All right, do it again. All right, Bella, you do the bottom one now.
On it. Oh. That's weird. I'm getting the easy ones.
All right, do it again. All right.
Oh wait, who's gonna do
You're
that
gonna do this
middle
bottom one. We already did those. Remember how I told you? Like this, one-handed, all the way on the outside, and hold the block. Go down. Get in there. All right.
one?
All right.
Okay, done.
All right. Now I'm gonna double check them, but they seem to be good. All right, now it's time for these little tiny, they call them push rods. They look like toothpicks, or if you're going to sushi, you can maybe use them as chopsticks. That'd be pretty cool. Roll up to a sushi place and bust out these little push rods. So I'm gonna oil it up. I'll have David put one in. Bella can do the other one. All right, figure out where it goes, buddy. Here, where do you think it goes? Nope. Where the plastic is. Yep. Goes all the way in. All right, now Bella can figure this one out because David already showed. Here you go. Now it's time for the rockers. Or wait, the lash caps. These little caps go on top of the valves. Now it's time to set this valve adjustment. It's a mechanical flat tappet, and believe it or not, I'm pretty sure this camshaft's plastic. I'll get back to that in a minute, but so I'm gonna do the intake. The exhaust valve's open right now, so that tells me that I can adjust the intake. I'm gonna set the intake at about a 6/1000. So right now it fits, and a 7 fits. This is all loose, so I'm gonna snug it up till the 7 gets tight. Go back just a little bit. It's still loose. It's kind of tight, so I'm gonna tighten this Allen down till it gets onto the stud. Snug it on there. 7's a little bit loose, but now I can give this thing just a little turn. A little bit more. The 7's tight, but then the 6 fits through nice and free. So I'm going to turn the engine over and get to the exhaust. We're going to set the exhaust about at 9 thousandths clearance. So let's turn this guy over. So now we got the intake valve opening, so that tells me I can adjust the exhaust. I haven't done anything, so I'm going to loosen everything up. I just kind of snug this on here. And kind of the same thing as I did last time. We're shooting for 9, so I have an 8, a 9, and a 10. And I'm going to make sure, I'm going to get the 10 on there and make sure it's kind of snugged up. And that, it's kind of a feel thing, but once you get that feel down, you can really judge what you're doing. So right now the 10 won't fit, and the exhaust, or the 9 will. So I'm going to crank it back just a little bit, tighten up this Allen. I need some helpers. Now it's time to put the valve cover on this thing. I'm gonna have my little helpers put this on. There's only 4 bolts, so they'll probably do 2 each. Who wants to set it on?
Me.
Oh.
Wait, was this?
Just right on top, and then there's the bolts are right there.
I'll hold that when you want. I'll get one for you. I'll get.
Now Bella's gonna put the spark plug in it. It's right here. Nope. Now we're gonna put this pull start on this thing. Now it's time to put some oil in it. We're using Valvoline VR1. This is a high zinc racing oil and it's awesome. So let's add some oil. I'm just gonna hold the funnel and let them guys pour. I'm gonna tip it. I'll hold the funnel.
Can I do it now?
All right, stop.
Now I can.
Here, buddy, yeah, you can pour some.
I found it.
Here, buddy, pour.
Yeah.
All right, stop. You, whoa.
Sorry.
It's okay. Pour some more, just not so fast. Get it in the funnel.
No, just leave it.
Keep going. Pour. Keep pouring. Oh, let's see what's going on. Yeah, we're full.
It's spit.
All right, well, she's full of oil. I didn't have a gas set up, so I filled this the carburetor bowl with gasoline. So I'm gonna have Bella try to pull this thing and see if it'll start up. You have to be up against the pressure. Yep. Now pull it hard. You have to pull. You're just doing a jerk. You need to have your Bella. You need to be closer, and then twist your body. But you have to know you're not. Go come over this way. Pull. No. Pull. Wait. No. You have to be. Yep. Now. Almost. 2 hands, Bella. You
almost did it.
Yeah. All right, David, you try.
I swim my hand. Ow. It hurts when it pulls back hard. Oh yeah. Come on, bro, you can do it.
All right, I'll try because we're running out of film.
I get one more time.
All right, here we go.
Big win.
Well, that was a success, right, guys?
Yes.
All we need to do is a couple more things. You know, I wish I would have had a gas tank set up with some fuel in it, but it's like 10:40 on Sunday night, so we're gonna get out of here and probably get some ice cream on the way home or something, right?
Yes.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video with all of us. We'll see you guys in the next one. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.